guys, welcome to my channel, Pristine Star. I am Esther and I'm thrilled to have finally started my YouTube channel. I've been wanting to start this channel for so long, and I talked about the reason why I didn't start the channel in my previous video. So the link is in the description box if you want to have a look at that video. It's right there. Now, I can't really sit here and chat with you guys. This was just for a dramatic entrance. Now let's take the conversation somewhere else where I can be a little more comfortable and we can really get to know each other better, as promised. Whew, okay, I'm ready. I'm sitting down. I got some of the points here. As if I don't know about myself, I have to write down about myself to tell you about myself. The struggle is not only real, but it's ridiculous. Okay? Let's go. I want to talk a little bit about my channel's name. My channel's name, Pristine Star. My name, Esther, is actually in my channel's name. It's the STR. Those three letters are the Hebrew root word for my name, Esther. And both means to cover, to hide, and to conceal. And Esther also means star. So that's how I got Pristine Star, which is the meaning of my name. And then the STR being the root word, it is saying my name, Esther. So Pristine Star, Pristine Esther, Pristine Star, Pristine Esther. Okay, let's see. So now we've gotten that out of the way. Let's talk about me now. I am a Caribbean born, moved from the island of St. Vincent and the Grenadines to the North American island of New York. I still live in New York. I love New York. It is unpretentious and unapologetic. It allows you to be who you are. There's a group in New York for you. If you don't know, if you feel like you don't fit in anywhere else, you will fit in New York. You will find your people. That's the kind of place New York is. It strips you away from that unpretentiousness that other states tell you to have. And it says, be who you want to be. And then when you get there and you start being who you want to be, you're now wrestling between who you were and who you are. And then New York says, give me that. I'm going to let you be who you want to be. And then you be who you want to be. And then you realize nobody's paying attention to you. Nobody cares. We're all minding our business and we're all trying to get the train before it goes out of service. Other parts about me now. Can you tell that I love? Can you tell that I love New York? I'm an introvert. I love my privacy and I love solitude. So you could imagine those three put together. It's like an ironclad, like gate that says, don't let anything in and don't let anything out. So starting this channel is allowing me to uncover and share a little bit of myself with the world, and I'm looking forward to it. Let's see what else. I love cooking and I love cleaning and organizing. I can really get lost in all three of them. Like I can spend hours just cooking, cleaning, and organizing. That's it. That's it. I don't need to have a conversation with anybody. Just let me cook and clean and call back later or text later. Cooking for me is therapeutic. Once I get in the kitchen and I start slicing, dicing, chopping, mixing, and doing all that stuff, if I have an issue, that issue is completely gone or it has subsided greatly. Completely gone or subsided greatly. I don't know what it is, but and it helps me to solve problems so much that if something is actually bothering me, I'll find a recipe or something to cook and I'll work it out in the kitchen. I'll get my anger and my issues out in the kitchen like a normal person, like a normal person. My favorite foods. I have been obsessed for the past 6 to 7 years with truffles. I will eat a dirty sock and a dirty boot if they were cooked with truffles. And I'm hoping that I am able to cook one on this channel. I'm hoping to buy one, cook one, and not mess it up. I don't know if you can mess it up, but that's something I want to do on the channel. But I love truffles. And my other favorite food that I'm obsessed with is tuna tartare. If you're ever in New York, there's a place called Aria. I think it's a wine bar in the Flatiron district. I'll put the information up. That they have a truffle mac and cheese. Good gracious, it is sinful. They have oh my God, it is sinful. And there's another restaurant that serves really good tuna tartare. It is Trinity Place. It's a restaurant that is in a bank vault. It's so beautiful in there. And I had, what did I have? They did a combination of the salmon tartare and the tuna tartare, and it was so good. It was so good. I keep saying that I want to go back there, but New York has so many restaurants, right? Because there's so many cultures. It's so richly diverse that you are going to go back to a restaurant, but then you don't get a chance because there's another restaurant that pops up and another restaurant that pops up. And before you know it, you're like, remember that time when we tried that restaurant? Yeah, where was it? Okay, another thing about me is that I love seeing Broadway shows. I've been fortunate, lucky, and blessed to have seen many Broadway shows over the years. I've seen them with friends, I've seen them on dates, I've seen them by myself, and it's a good experience to have, and it's just something that I love to do. If I were to recommend one to you, I think I would recommend one, the Lion King, if you're a virgin, because the Lion King is really good. It speaks for itself. That's why it's been there for a long time. But at the end of the year, I saw a few of them, and I saw one called Everything's Fine. That was, I think it was directed by John Lithgow, and he showed up there. And then actually, there's a snippet of it, of the outside of where I went to see it in my first video. I saw Top Dog Underdog, and I saw 1776. Now this is the one that I would recommend, but I don't know if it's there now, so you would have to check it. So 1776 is about the Declaration of Independence, but this was done by an all female cast. It was a complete diverse female cast, in every sense of the word, diverse, to the point that one of the cast members, she was pregnant, but I was wondering, maybe was she really pregnant, or was she pretending to be pregnant for the show because they wanted to, since it's an all-female cast and females weren't in that kind of position of power at that time, if they wanted to really stretch that, and kind of like show that women are here and women are doing stuff now, if they wanted to have that part as her being pregnant in the show, to stick it to the patriarchy. But I mean diverse in sexuality, ethnicity, race, and I'm sure culture, right? Because who knows, I think they really wanted to just throw everything in there to let people know that we're all accepted. And there was a sweet little twist on the part where, the signing of the Declaration of Independence, they were talking about freeing the slaves and all that kind of stuff. But there was a sweet part. I won't ruin it. If it's still around, I recommend that you go and see 1776. Another point about me is that my favorite part of being on a plane is the takeoff and the landing. You can see a bit of that in my first video too. The rest of a flight on a plane is completely and utterly boring for me. Let's see, I think I covered most of it. I told you that, I told you that, I told you that, and that. Okay, I'm gonna switch up a little bit. Okay, let's see. So we talked about who I am a bit, and let me dive a little bit more into the heart of who I am. At this point in my life, my goal is to be happy. And in order for me to be happy, I have to focus on self-management, self-preservation, and self-care. And things that fall under that, I have to seek and pay attention to what it is that is making me happy. I have to pay attention to what is best for me and what isn't, what works for me and what doesn't, what serves me and what doesn't, what brings me peace and joy and what doesn't, what is for me and what is not. So anything that doesn't fall under those categories, I either have to remove it or modify it. So at this state is at this junction in my life, what doesn't bring me happiness has got to go. So part of me making myself happy is starting this YouTube channel. It's something, like I said, I've always wanted to do, so I'm doing it. So I am going to chase I am going to live in anything that, in many things, not anything, because not everything is for me, but I'm going to live in many things that serves me and what is that's best for me and that makes me happy, and I'll live my life from there, because happiness is the only thing that we have. I can't chase people, I can't chase things, and I can't chase goals, because what happens when I get those, I'm gonna seek another one. I'm gonna want to get another person, or get another goal, or get another purse, or get another shoe, and when you get all these things, you're gonna always want another one, because you have to feed that habit. So I believe for me at this point is my only goal is to be happy. My desire for this channel is to inspire anybody who's watching, young or mature, to, through my unpretentious actions, to know who they are, be who they are, and do life on their terms. Because life is too short, and we don't live in a one-size-fit-all. No, life is not a one-size-fit-all performance or style, right? Life is not a style. It's not a one-size-fit-all. We don't all need to have the same face, the same shoes, the same bag, the same glasses, the same cups. We need to figure out what it is that serves us and live from that place. So my channel, I hope to inspire you to do that, so that you can tune out everything else that is not for you and do what is best for you, because that is what I intend to do now that I'm seeking happiness and nothing else. There's a quote by Friedrich Nietzsche. I think I'm pronouncing his last name right. And it goes, all those who were seen dancing were thought to be insane by those who couldn't hear the music. How many people out there are telling you that you shouldn't be dancing to that rhythm when they can't even hear your music? Think about it. I am here to dance to my own music and to inspire you to dance to yours. That's all I've got for you today. Thanks for watching my channel. See you later. Bye, guys.